Enlightenment simply means integration, a reordering and a reconnecting of all aspects of your energetic existence. Real enlightenment means to reconnect ultimately to the divine source of all life, the prime creator. And with this reconnection to the natural divine order of existence, the original template, the divine design of the human, that reconnection in all aspects. And essentially, all of us are connected. Every human, every genetic vehicle in existence on this planet are connected to each other and to the earth, our planet. Our emotions, the energy that we entertain, the energies, our emotions feed the earth. And the earth recycles that energy as weather. Just an interesting note to ponder. But these connections, this interconnection of all people alive on this planet are fueled. That connection is through emotions. And emotions truly feed our planet. What we express, both positive and negative, is energy. Where does this energy go? It does not simply dissipate. Energy is never wasted in the physical or non-physical realms. And just as our souls incarnate into these genetic vehicles, these human spacesuits, these physical bodies, and then discard these bodies, and the soul energy moves on and is transformed from one shape to another, so is every expression of emotion that we make and every breath we take changed in shape from one form to another. Our emotions feed the earth, and earth recycles that energy. Our inner reality is reflected in the outer reality. And that is not just words, because there is a force. There is actually a force. And this force has many names, many different people, many different cultures all over this planet have discovered this force in the course of their life and through their researches, their experiences. And this force, and each person that has discovered this force has given the force a unique name, a different name. Hence, there's a lot of confusion and much, but essentially, all of these different names refer to the same force for the very same one thing. And until a student learns about this multiplicity of names for the same thing, the whole matter can be nicely mixed up and very confusing. This force can be referred to as the astral light, the Akash, the fifth element, the spirit element, the Akash, liquid light. There's animal magnetism by mesmerism. Another name is prana, chi, ki. There's other people, Dion Fortune called it undifferentiated elemental force. There is the Hawaiian name of mana. But also within Gnostic literature, another name for this force is the demiurge. And it's a different spin on this name. It's something I've recently come across. But I always encourage each individual to seek and do their own research as best as they are able. Because see, here's an instance where the force has come through, in this instant in the form of knowledge, and it's taken a word, demiurge, which I kind of had reserved in my mental reservoir as sort of a negative name. But once you You don't want to always leave a concept in one static state. You want to have all of the knowledge within being able to evolve and grow. And so here's an instance where I have begun to look at the demiurge, the negative force of this created physical world, and all of the associated Judeo-Christian aspects, demons and devils and Satan and hell and all of this, which is just a type of mind slavery that perpetuates captivity within the demiurge. But when you begin to realize that all things come from God, everything is created from God in order for the energies within these genetic vehicles to learn and grow. But the name of demiurge is a name that can be associated as a force within this world. But essentially, when we begin to look at nature and the interplay of nature and get away from the anthropomorphic understandings of God, demons, devils, and all that, and see as the Taoist viewed as an interplay between the positive and negative polarities of nature, our minds are freed from superstition, and we have a much more, and thus our egos are freed from superstition, and we are able to navigate the mental planes and marshal and control our energies in a much more refined and efficient manner. So essentially, once you have this established, this concept of the force that exists all throughout creation, then we begin to connect. We begin to connect with a cleared mental perspective. And thus, this natural divine order comes about naturally, thus, the name natural divine order. But unfortunately, many people are cut off from the divine connection via their narcissistic ego and the distractions of the material demiurge world, the negative polarity that seems to feed this narcissistic ego that every individual possesses to one degree or another, and that the digital matrix emphasizes and amplifies. And it cuts us off. The more that we're ensorcelled, the more that we're entrapped within our narcissistic ego, it cuts us off from divine guidance and inspiration. And most spiritual modalities, most information on that spiritual healers are able to provide, are able to reconnect you to the divine without any problems. And essentially, if you study about what the crown chakra and the heart chakra, what they're all about, and what they equate to in our physical harmonic universe number one, third dimension reality, the crown chakra and the heart chakra must be cleared and energized. Prayer, meditation, going within. This calls on this integration, this enlightenment and divine guidance. And you can do this also on your own through concentration exercises, concentrating on your breathing to activate the vagus nerve system. 4 seconds in breath, 6 seconds out breath, but focusing on your crown and heart chakra, and according to prayer, and realizing that your body and your actions are energy, and completing the circuit with the prayer hands, your positive, negative polarities, bringing that energy together, completing that to establish balance. Because essentially this is about balance and opening all of your dimensions and balancing these dimensions and connecting back to source. In general, the balancing process consists of 3 parts: clearing, healing, and refinement of yourself. And when you know about the law of psychological affinities, the law of analogies, the like attracts like, all is energy. When we clear, heal, and refine ourselves, then also the circumstances of our lives are cleared, healed, and refined. Because change yourself and you change the world, your world. Change yourself, working on ourselves is how we change the world. And as we refine ourselves inwardly, our energies, you will see that quantum observer effect manifested into your outer reality. There is nothing that you will not be able to surmount or navigate in this harmonic universe number one and thereby raising your frequencies and establishing yourself within harmonic universe number 2, fifth dimensional consciousness, and being a master of your emotions and thus your destiny upon the golden path to the new earth golden age timeline. So, but just let me leave you with this. One of the greatest insights that has come out of modern physics is that of the unity between the observer and the observed. Meaning that the person conducting the experiment, the observing consciousness, the observing awareness cannot be separated from the observed phenomena. Or a different way of looking at the observed phenomena causes the observed phenomena to behave differently. So the basis of your new methodology, your new quantum power, is the quantum observer effect. And that is a very powerful bit of scientific knowledge that I would encourage every viewer of this video to investigate and begin to realize the power of this quantum observer effect, and thus the power of your consciousness. The observer effect, quantum observance factor, whatever you call it, but essentially this is the core concept that if you can master this quantum observer effect, the principle which essentially says that all the particles which make up reality, whether matter or energy, which essentially all is energy, existing in a wave particle duality and consisting of inherent uncertainty, are affected by the observation of the observer. And let that sink in, because once you begin to realize the power of your consciousness and you understand that your awareness shapes your reality, and that by being a master of your emotions and your energy, these spiritual technologies become the very foundation of your life. They form the pyramid of your power, and getting it into your mind that there is a force, a very real force, whatever you call it, astral light, animal magnetism, chi, prana, ki, vril, mana. But this force and the interaction of your mind, the observer, the quantum observer, with this force does create change in your reality according to your divine will, your true will. Once you are in connection back to source and thus to the heavenly kingdoms, that is how we manifest heaven upon earth. That is how we rise to harmonic universe number 2, dimension 5. That is how we spiritualize matter, divinize matter, bring heaven to earth, and enter in through the gates to New Jerusalem. And so it is. Namaste. Namaskaram.